Welcome to Headphone News, Greater Vancouver edition for Sunday, November 17th, 2024.
Highlights of Canadian events and Remembrance. This week saw important events across Canada. In Ottawa, the well-known portrait, The Roaring Lion by Youssef Karsh returned after being stolen nearly 3 years ago. In Vancouver, the Grey Cup Festival drew in many fans with fun activities leading up to the championship game. Taylor Swift performed to sold-out crowds at Rogers Centre in Toronto, with 6 concerts providing a big boost to the local economy. A national strike by Canada Post workers began in Surrey, British Columbia, focusing on demands for better wages and working conditions. November 11th marked Remembrance Day throughout Canada, featuring ceremonies at significant sites like Vimy Ridge Memorial Park in Winnipeg and the National War Memorial in Ottawa, where military flyovers honor the occasion. More than 3,000 troops participated in a NATO military exercise at a Dotsi military base in Latvia, showcasing Canada's commitment to international security. Additionally, Miss Canada appeared in the national costume show at the Miss Universe pageant in Mexico City, highlighting Canadian culture on a global stage.
Canucks lose to Islanders at home. On November 15, 2024, the Vancouver Canucks faced off against the New York Islanders at Rogers Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia. The Canucks experienced a disappointing defeat, ending the game with a score of 5-2. Anders Lee scored 1 goal and added an assist for the Islanders, while Bo Horvat, playing against his former team, contributed with 2 assists. Canucks coach Rick Tocchet expressed disappointment in the team's performance, emphasizing the lack of effort at home. The Canucks registered only 6 shots in the first period compared to the Islanders' 24, highlighting a significant disparity in play. Despite an early goal from rookie Jonathan Lekkerimäki, who scored shortly after the game began, the Canucks could not maintain their lead. Their current record at home now stands at 2 wins and 3 losses, a stark contrast to their strong road performance of 6 wins and 1 loss. Fans showed frustration, especially considering ticket prices often reaching hundreds of dollars, around 500 Canadian dollars, equivalent to approximately $375 for a game that fell short of expectations. The Canucks now prepare for a tough stretch ahead, facing back-to-back games against the Chicago Blackhawks and the Nashville Predators.
Traffic alert, 5-car crash on Highway 1 in Coquitlam. On the morning of November 15, 2024, a serious accident occurred on Highway 1 in Coquitlam, British Columbia. A collision involving 5 cars took place just before the Burnett exit, leading to multiple lane closures. Emergency services cleared the scene shortly after 7 a.m., but heavy traffic delays persisted into Surrey and nearby areas. Commuters are encouraged to use alternate routes like the Postal Bridge to avoid long waits. This incident underscores the issues of heavy traffic during the morning rush hour and highlights the importance of improved road safety measures.
Severe flooding causes major damage in British Columbia. In October 2024, heavy rainfall and strong winds caused severe flooding in British Columbia. The Insurance Bureau of Canada reports that the flooding resulted in over 110 million Canadian dollars, which is about $82.5 million US dollars, in insured damage claims. The hardest hit areas include Metro Vancouver, Coquitlam, Burnaby, and North Vancouver. On October 20th, a state of emergency was declared in North Vancouver due to the severe conditions. Many residents lack access to flood insurance, forcing them to depend on government assistance for recovery. The Insurance Bureau is calling on the Canadian government to fully fund the National Flood Insurance Program, aimed at providing financial protection for households at high risk of flooding. This event highlights the growing challenges of climate change and the urgent need for improved flood management strategies.
Uber Eats names Ottawa the 3rd most polite city in Canada. The Uber Eats 2024 Cravings report ranks Ottawa as the 3rd most polite city in Canada, with Kingston taking the top spot and Peterborough coming in second. Victoria, British Columbia, is recognized for having the most generous tippers. The report highlights popular food trends, showing that French fries are the most ordered side dish, followed by poutine in 3rd place. Creamy garlic is the favorite sauce among Canadians. Interestingly, the emergency contraceptive pill appears as a top 10 non-food item ordered, ranking 9th. More Canadians are using delivery services for groceries and household necessities, along with their usual meal orders. The findings also reveal a preference for pairing snacks and drinks, with combinations like coolers and popcorn or beer and wings becoming increasingly popular.
Student nurse attacked at Vancouver Hospital. A student nurse was attacked with a knife at Vancouver General Hospital in British Columbia on November 16, 2024. The incident happened on her first day of clinical training. A 48-year-old man, also a patient at the hospital, is accused of the attack. The nurse suffered non-life-threatening injuries. This incident has raised significant concerns about safety for healthcare workers. The BC Nurses Union noted that many nurses regularly face violence in their jobs and emphasized the need for better security measures and support to prevent such incidents in the future.
BC Federation of Students urges government for more education funding. The BC Federation of Students has urged the provincial government of British Columbia to allocate $500 million to support post-secondary education. This request follows new federal caps on international student enrollment, which have led to significant revenue losses for educational institutions. International students contribute an average of 5 times more in tuition than domestic students, making their presence crucial for funding. Camosun College expects to lose around 400 international students, resulting in a projected revenue shortfall of about $8 million. This decline raises serious concerns about potential staff layoffs and cuts to services. To provide assistance during this difficult period, the Blanche Macdonald Centre, a private college in Vancouver, has introduced temporary domestic tuition rates for international students.
Vancouver hosts 111th Grey Cup Festival. The 111th Grey Cup Festival is happening in downtown Vancouver, Canada, drawing in tens of thousands of visitors. This festival is anticipated to significantly boost the local economy. Previous Grey Cup events have generated millions for host cities, and Mayor Ken Sim expects this year's festival to inject about 100 million Canadian dollars, approximately 74.86 million US dollars, into the local economy. Attendees can enjoy various activities, including zip lines, concerts, and street performances. The main event is set for November 17, 2024 at BC Place, where the Winnipeg Blue Bombers will compete against the Toronto Argonauts. To accommodate the large crowds, several road closures are planned, so drivers should prepare for delays.
Trudeau promotes nuclear energy at APEC Summit. At the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in Lima, Peru, on November 16, 2024, Prime Minister Trudeau discussed the growing need for electricity and how Canadian nuclear energy can address this demand. He explained that nuclear energy is a clean solution to power needs driven by advancements in artificial intelligence and the rise of electric vehicles. The Canadian government announced an investment of $3 billion Canadian dollars, roughly $1.34 billion US dollars, to support new nuclear projects in Romania, marking the first reactor construction there since 2007. International Trade Ministering pointed out the increasing electricity demands faced by Pacific Rim economies. Trudeau's remarks focused on strengthening collaboration among APEC member countries in the field of clean energy technology.
Raccoon sightings rise in Vancouver, wildlife warning issued. Vancouver, British Columbia, is experiencing an increase in raccoon sightings as cold weather sets in. Residents are reporting more encounters with these animals, especially in their backyards and nearby public spaces. Emma Robson, a wildlife supervisor at Critter Care Wildlife Society, states that raccoons are looking for warmth and food close to human homes as temperatures drop. Numerous social media posts reveal these sightings, reflecting a heightened awareness in the community. The Wildlife Society advises people to keep a safe distance from raccoons and to report any that appears sick or injured. This surge in raccoon sightings emphasizes the importance of understanding how to safely coexist with local wildlife.
Postal strike threatens fundraising for non-profits in British Columbia. A strike by Canada Post workers in British Columbia raises significant concerns for non-profit organizations. The strike started after workers sought fair wages and safer working conditions. Many nonprofits depend on donations during the year-end, with a major portion expected to arrive by mail. Groups such as Coast Mental Health Foundation and Union Gospel Mission highlight the importance of alternative donation methods, like online contributions, to ensure that support for vulnerable populations continues without interruption. This situation underscores the vital link between labor actions and community services.
Dramatic finish in Mitchell Bowl. In an exciting football game, the Laval Rouge defeated the Regina Rams 17-14 in the Mitchell Bowl on November 16, 2024. The match took place in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. The Rams surged ahead late in the game with a 36-yard touchdown run by Erickson. However, Laval answered back with a crucial 85-yard drive, scoring a touchdown with just over 1 minute remaining. Rams quarterback Pelletier completed 28 of 44 passes for 356 yards, playing through an injury. This victory secures Laval a place in the upcoming Vanier Cup, while the Rams look back on a season that exceeded expectations.
2024 Grey Cup features veteran and rookie clash. The 2024 Grey Cup will showcase an exciting matchup between veteran Stanley Bryant of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers and rookie Benji Franklin from the Toronto Argonauts. Bryant brings 9 years of experience in the Canadian Football League and is set to play in his 7th Grey Cup game. In contrast, Franklin enters his first full season in the league and is eager to make an impact. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers are striving for their 5th consecutive Grey Cup appearance, a feat not accomplished since the Edmonton team in the late 1970s. This championship game is not just a sporting event, it celebrates the rich tradition of Canadian football and highlights the incredible journeys of all the players involved.
Canucks overpower Blackhawks in NHL Showdown. The Vancouver Canucks defeated the Chicago Blackhawks 4-1 in a National Hockey League game at Rogers Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia, on November 16, 2024. Eric Brandstrom scored the crucial goal early in the third period. Elias Pettersson, J.T. Miller, and Quinn Hughes added empty net goals to secure the win. This victory comes on the heels of a tough 5-2 loss against the New York Islanders, bringing the Canucks' record to 9 wins, 4 losses, and 3 overtime losses. The Blackhawks have a record of 6 wins, 11 losses, and 1 overtime loss. Ilya Mikheyev started the scoring for Chicago against his former team. Goalie Artur Silovs made 28 saves for the Canucks. Connor Bedard, the top draft pick from 2023, played his first NHL game in his hometown, but was held scoreless. This match showcased impressive performances and has significant implications for playoff positioning as the Canucks aim to build momentum. Fans eagerly anticipate the upcoming matchup against the Nashville Predators.
Fans gather in Vancouver for the Grey Cup. Football fans from across Canada are coming together in Vancouver, British Columbia, to celebrate the Grey Cup on November 19, 2024. This event marks the 111th championship game of the Canadian Football League, known as the CFL. Enthusiastic fans are eager to connect with others who share their passion for the sport. A touching story features Winnipeggers Sylvia and Barbara, who fondly recall attending their first Grey Cup back in 1990. The lively atmosphere includes activities like zip lines to enhance the excitement. This gathering not only unites fans but also boosts the local economy through tourism and hospitality.
That is all the news for today. Thank you for listening to today's Headphone News. News summary brought to you by AI.